The fourth guest, the fourth course, illumination and shadow. A profound hush fell over the restaurant after the third course was cleared. The lights dimmed further, plunging the walls and ceiling into near total darkness. For a moment, I thought perhaps this was an intermission. Then, from somewhere unseen, a single gong resonated, a deep, low tone that settled into my bones. A play of darkness and light. Gradually, pinpoints of light appeared on the ceiling, mimicking a starry night sky. They twinkled in subtle patterns, some bright and some dim, as if the cosmos itself had descended into this small dining room. There was no other visible illumination. The effect was both thrilling and slightly unsettling, like floating in space. Then the servers appeared, this time seemingly out of the darkness, each carrying a glowing orb about the size of a grapefruit. The orbs pulsed with a soft, cool blue light, enough to reveal the faint outlines of the servers' faces and the silhouettes of our tables. The orbs were placed gently at the center of each diner's table. Their glow was ethereal, casting gentle shadows across our faces. As we peered closer, the orbs split open, like a blossoming lotus, to reveal a small dish inside. The dish and atmosphere. Within each glowing orb, a delicate creation rested. Mine was a small stack of translucent rice paper sheets, layered with thinly sliced tofu, black sesame paste, and finely chopped vegetables that glimmered slightly under the orb's blue light. A sprinkling of something like edible charcoal powder dusted the top, making the dish appear black and white, light and shadow. For utensils, I found a slender set of black chopsticks. They appeared lacquered, yet unreflective, as though absorbing the orb's light rather than reflecting it. The effect was surreal. The ambient music adopted a more cosmic timbre, gentle drones, faint chimes echoing in the distance, and occasional choir-like synths that made me think of starlight singing. The starry projection on the ceiling and walls grew more pronounced, occasionally swirling into a subtle galaxy or nebula. Each breath felt amplified in the hush of that starfield. We hesitated for a moment, unsure how to tackle the layered creation. Kenji tried first, deftly lifting a corner of a rice paper sheet. It stretched slightly, revealing the glossy black sesame layer beneath. He took a bite, chewing thoughtfully. Sweet, but also smoky. Perhaps some roasted sesame seeds in there. It tastes like a midnight snack in the best sense. I followed suit, carefully picking up a portion. The texture was chewy and creamy at once, the sesame paste giving a nutty depth. I tasted hints of garlic, maybe a whisper of ginger. But overshadowing everything was a sweet, salty interplay that felt almost mysterious. The dish was less about bright, punchy flavors and more about subtle, lingering notes that teased the palate. Conversation in the starlit darkness. Eating in near darkness, illuminated only by these glowing orbs and the cosmic projections, changed the dynamic entirely. Lan spoke in a hushed voice, as though we were stargazing in a quiet field. This course, it feels more inward, like it's encouraging introspection. AJ closed his eyes between bites. Yes, he said softly. Darkness can be revealing in its own way. In yoga philosophy, sometimes we talk about the illusions we cling to in the light, but in darkness, the senses can hone in on deeper truths. Kenji's gaze lingered on the swirling starfield above us. My grandfather once took me to a rural shrine where there were no city lights. We looked at the stars for hours. He taught me that what we see in the darkness can be as important as what we see in the daylight, if not more so. I felt compelled to open up about something that had weighed on me. Perhaps it was the hush of the darkness or the sense of camaraderie we were building. I came to Japan partly to escape, I began softly. I'd broken off an engagement back home. I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision. I felt lost, like half of me was missing. The others listened sympathetically. Sometimes the only way to find out if a decision is right is to live it, Lan offered. I left my stable office job in Vietnam to travel. My family thought I was reckless, but I felt suffocated. If I hadn't left, I might still be living someone else's dream. AJ nodded. There's always risk. I left a good engineering job in Mumbai to pursue spiritual studies. My parents think I'm in a phase, that I'll come back and settle down. But the further I go, the more I realize there's so much more to discover. And that means facing darkness, the unknown. Kenji sipped from his water, the orb's glow casting faint shadows across his thoughtful expression. I am dealing with grief, he confessed. My wife passed away 2 years ago. She was ill for a long time. After she died, I felt numb. That's why I took the sabbatical. I've been searching for a way to move forward, to find meaning again. Coming here, even randomly, feels like maybe a step in the right direction. The weight of his words settled over us. I reached out instinctively, placing my hand lightly on his forearm. I'm so sorry for your loss, I said, voice barely above a whisper. The sincerity in the air was palpable. We sat like that, hearts open in the semi-darkness, the glowing orbs pulsing gently at our tables like distant suns. The star-laden walls felt like they were bearing witness to our confessions, cradling us in a cosmic embrace. A moment of humor and mystery. Perhaps sensing the need for levity after these heavy admissions, Lan spoke up with a gentle smile. I just realized something. We're basically pouring our hearts out while eating alien-looking sesame wraps in the dark. If someone walked in right now, they'd think we were a cult of star-worshipping foodies. We all laughed softly, grateful for the release. AJ grinned. Star-worshipping foodies. Sounds like a good band name. Kenji chuckled. Or maybe the name of a secret society. We gather once a month for midnight feasts under cosmic projections. I added, with a membership limit of 4, apparently. Another wave of gentle laughter. Even as we joked, I couldn't shake a strange thought. The chef's words about transcending the ordinary, was he guiding us to unearth these deeper truths, these vulnerabilities and confessions, so that we might break some internal barrier? The synergy of darkness and starlight seemed deliberately designed to evoke hidden emotions and secret desires. Then the gentle gong sounded again, echoing through the starry illusions. Like faint comets, the servers returned, collecting the empty orbs and the black chopsticks. My server inclined her head and whispered, From darkness into light, all truths are revealed. The next course shall guide you further. I locked eyes with her. Who are you? I asked impulsively. She only smiled, a soft, enigmatic expression. We serve, she answered, stepping back into the shadows. The orb's last glow. Before they vanished, each server touched the orb on our tables, causing it to fold back into itself and seal shut, returning to a single glowing sphere. They lifted the orbs and carried them away, leaving the room in near complete darkness for a moment. Then, slowly, the starfield above began to fade, replaced by a gentle, ambient light that restored our sense of space. We let out collective sighs of amazement. Another course was done, each of us feeling a bit lighter for having shared our vulnerabilities. The night was unfolding into an experience that transcended any normal dining scenario. It was as if we were traveling inward and outward simultaneously, diving into ourselves while also touching the cosmic realm.